Gotta do the head bob.
Oh, yes.
Welcome back to episode 28. I'm Shivani.
I'm Miranda.
And we are Far From Normal.
Hello.
I remember the entire
You
introduction.
did. You remember your name?
I
wow.
remember my name.
Concept.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Today we decided that we were going to talk about our friendship and
yes.
just how that all went down and how we
you
met.
You sound like we had like drama. I mean, we did, but that was a lot later.
I mean, the drama between us wasn't, I feel like, big in any
it
way.
Wasn't
it
really,
wasn't like friendship shattering or like, you know, like we
the
like
only drama we've had is when I get annoyed with you for like not knowing what time you're gonna show up for things.
I'm always late because I always say that I'll be there at a certain time, but then that's usually like when I leave the door. So I'm like, I never get it right because I think I can do stuff and I like completely overestimate like when I can wake up.
Shivani's a lot more of a free spirit than I am.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, I'm just a free spirit. Like, there's no such thing as like being on time, you know? It's all right.
Style construct.
Literally though. Yeah, we should start from the beginning. How did we meet?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sixth grade started.
Yes.
And both of us were big old loners. I had friends in elementary school, on and off. And my last friend in 5th grade, I had one singular friend in 5th grade. She was like, "No, I think I want to be popular now," and she just ditched me like the end of 5th grade. And so I came into 6th grade. The only two people that I like knew and got along with were in different like teams because we had 3 different teams. And so I was by myself, and there were like a few people in our class who like I could tell were really, really close friends, and I was just like, "Yee, over here by myself." And then you had the India stuff. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So basically, I met Miranda in 6th grade, but before I'm like 6th grade, I was in India for 4 years. So I did 2nd through 5th in India. And I went to an international school, so I met a lot of really interesting people from like a bunch of different countries. I was living the life over there. Like I was having a good time. It was great. It was great. Yeah, literally though. Like I was like kind of popular. Like I was doing well for myself. Like everyone knew me. It was really cool. And then I came back here and it was really hard. It was just really, really hard. I didn't talk to anyone. I was really, really shy. And so I was just really quiet. I would never like you know, I don't know, put myself in situations to talk to people. But I was also like really picky too.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't be friends with just anyone. And so that kind of like goes into like what we like how we met and like our first impressions of each other.
Yes.
What do you remember of that?
Didn't we first meet in the club that our teacher put us in?
No. I think it was before that. Wasn't it like in GTT?
Okay. Probably. But like I think did we sit next to each other?
No, wait. No, we had Miss Pilon's class together.
Yeah.
I think we probably did like sit next to each other, or like we were put in the position where we were like close to each other, where we were like kind of forced to talk to each other. Yeah. And yeah, so like I think I knew of you because like I knew of you. But when we had a class together, we had this class called GTT, which was called Gateway to Technology.
Yes.
And we had to be put in a group where we would have to like create like a bed. And we had to create a bed made of like I don't know, materials and stuff like that.
Yes.
So we were put in a group together, and I didn't know who I wanted to be partners with, and I didn't like have any friends in that class. And I think Miranda was saying.
I think that was after the club thing though. But anyway, yeah, it was. But anyway, keep talking about it, and then
I also have a bad memory, so I could be just remembering this all wrong.
We'll come back to the club stuff afterwards.
Right. So we were put in that like group together where we had to make a bed, and we decided that we were going to make a hot dog bed. And so yeah, that's kind of how it started out.
Shivani makes these little like boxes out of paper, and she used to make them like every single day. I don't know if you gave them to me, or I think you gave a few of them to me. She used to make them like every single day, and then she made those as like the steps to the bed. It was so cute. And you gave me one of those like last year for like my birthday, and I was like, oh my god, reminiscing over here.
They were just like these origami boxes
that
I learned to make from this random woman at an airport. But you know, it was really cool. I was learning to make like different origami like cranes and stuff like that, and she was like, hey, I can teach you how to make this box. But yeah, we used that for our project. What was your first impression of me?
quiet.
Yeah.
I kind of made it my life's mission to like get you to open up.
Really?
In 6th grade, I was like, I am going to make her friends, and I'm going to make her open up because she's a really nice person, and I know everyone would love her. And then, yes.
That's so sweet.
And I did make her open up, maybe too much. When she started freaking out about BTS, I was like, uh-oh, yikes.
Okay, BTS was all me, though. I found them, that was, like, my group, and
true.
I was just hardcore fangirling, and they had never seen that side of me before, which, it's fun. I wish I could say the same. I wish I could say I had a really good first impression, but I did say I was picky. So when she approached me, I was initially like, who is this? Like, why is she talking to me? And I was like, I don't know. You were very persistent and very like, you were very, very persistent. Yep. And like, I thought I was like pretty clear with like, I'm not interested.
I can't pick up on signals. I can now, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I didn't really like you at first, which is awful to say now, but like, I'm glad that I no, like you were persistent, and I think that's why I eventually came around, and I'm glad you did.
No friends.
I'm glad you did. We wouldn't be friends. We wouldn't have this thing, and like, I'm so glad that like you stuck around and like you wanted to stay with me, even though I think I was mean.
Girl, it stresses me out. Like, I'm like still like obnoxiously persistent. Like my roommate this year was like annoyed with me for a while because I was obnoxiously persistent. And like a bunch of our other friends have always been like irritated with me for being obnoxiously persistent. And it makes me sad because I care.
I know. They don't see that. And I'm very appreciative of that because not a lot of people are willing to like, stick their neck out for their friend, but she would be willing to do anything. You'd be willing to go to any length to like maintain a friendship. And I've seen it happen like firsthand, not like with just me, but with like other people around me. And it's crazy how like you care that much. And I'm kind of envious of that, honestly.
I care too much.
You care a lot, and it's like
it's painful.
Like I admire that. Like I mean, obviously there are boundaries and you can go too far, but like you care, and like it's kind of hard to find that now these days. I feel like it's just like most of the time these days I feel like people don't care, and it's harder to find like people who like are them, and you're not afraid to be you. And I'm so grateful for that. But that was my first impression of you, but like it definitely was not a lasting impression. Definitely, for sure. You
still think I'm annoying. Don't kick me.
To some degree, but it's like always a loving annoying, like you never mean to do it because you want to get on my nerves. Whereas like my brother, he's annoying.
Occasionally I try to annoy you.
But now I feel like I don't take it as like personally. No, like I don't get mad.
You just get amused. Right? You just laugh at me.
I do laugh at you.
Not with me, at me, guys. But our real story of how we met, because Shivani's wrong, is with this club that our teacher, she said it already, Miss Pilon. Sorry, Miss Pilon, if you're listening, because invasion of privacy. But Shivani already said it. Also, not Miss Pilon, Ms. Pilon. Remember how she went off about that?
She was so particular about that. That's weird. I mean, it makes sense. Some people are like really particular about that.
But basically, they had like this Girl Scouts club at our school, and they met. You like met during lunch, and there was like a Girl Scout troop leader, and basically you were put in this club. It was a club for people who don't have friends. So our teacher was like, "You look lonely. Join that club. Go sit with them at lunch." And that is how I met Shivani. I like started with like a group of like popular people at lunch who like were nice, but like not my vibe. I didn't talk to them at all, and and then I moved to the like black table. Like one of my friends in my PE class was like black, and all of her friends that she sat with were black, and I just did not like. Yeah, it was like I was like very white at this table, and they were like, "Why is she here?" Like I felt very judged.
Yeah, they all had like their like. I mean, at the time in middle school, they all like kind of separated into their groups, and they usually like had like a certain. There was some sort of commonality.
Like the cliques that they do in like all those like 80s movies.
Right.
Mean Girls.
Middle school was a hard time because like I was always surrounded by people who were not in the greatest like mental state, at least in the beginning, because I hadn't found my group yet. And a lot of stuff happened in middle school that like I didn't think was gonna be an issue. But like middle school is a hard time.
Middle school is hard.
It's a hard time, and like I'm like glad that I like ended up okay, but there were definitely a lot of people struggling and people who were not getting the help that they needed. It was just really sad because no one seemed to care.
Yeah. So
yeah, go ahead.
Can I continue with the story?
Yes.
Okay. So I left this group to do like the the Girl Scout thing during lunch, like once a week, and then after the GTT project, I moved to Shivani's table. Although I think I moved to Shivani's table because of one of my other friends who did the previous GTT project with me. I'll call her Allison. Sure. I moved to Shivani's table for her, but this girl was sitting like at the other end, and Shivani sat across from me, and one of our friends who we became friends with later sat at the table as well. And Shivani would like eat her food, and I would just make faces at her, and that's how I forced my way into her life. And we sang her happy birthday at lunch. Me and one of our other friends, we started this whole tradition at our junior high school, our middle school, because we went up. I don't know, I guess I didn't have anxiety in 6th grade because I did not care. I went up to the monitor of the lunchroom and was like, "It's her birthday. Can we get everyone to sing happy birthday?" So we all did, and then it became like a tradition at our school, which is cool.
Yeah, I remember that. That was I'm surprised that I didn't I wasn't like I was definitely shy. I was really embarrassed. I was like, oh my god, the entire school cafeteria is forced to sing happy birthday to me. I mean, it was kind of cool, but I was like, ugh, I don't need this much attention. But it
became a thing. It was so cool. We started a trend. I was so proud of myself, guys.
Yeah, I do remember you watching me while I ate, and I got so uncomfortable because I cannot eat when someone's staring me down like that. I like to make Shivani uncomfortable.
I don't think I'm a bitch in that way. Is that a bitchy thing to do to try to make someone? I just found it kind of amusing because we would laugh about it. I don't know. Was it bitchy? Was it mean?
I mean, I didn't really take it like that, I guess, when it was happening to me. Okay. But I guess looking at it from an outsider's perspective, that could be mean. Huh. Okay. It's okay. I put up with lots of things, so it's cool. I mean, it was a thing between us, though. It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. But also I wanted to eat my salad in peace, bruh. Come on. Okay. And
we had a little handshake.
We did? Wait. That was the hand games that we used to play. Yeah. Did you guys ever play hand games? Well, they can't answer, but yeah. The hand games though.
I'm sure they did.
Lemonade. 64.
No, crunchy ice.
There's a
concentration 64.
There's a lemonade.
You combine them. No, it's lemonade. Crunchy ice. Eat it once.
You right.
Eat it twice.
See, I don't even remember
lemonade, crunchy ice. Eat it once. Eat it twice. Turn around. Touch it down. Freeze.
Oh my gosh. So many memories.
You're welcome.
It's beautiful. There's so many hand games. It's crazy how we don't do that as much anymore. Now it's just
it became kind of hard with COVID.
I mean, even before COVID, that wasn't a thing anymore. Was it? I mean, I don't know if they still do that.
It was an elementary school thing. Yeah, that's true. They probably don't because everyone has their phones.
Right. That's kind of sad. Yeah. That is kind of sad.
We used to sit on the bars on the playground, which I couldn't get onto. Everyone could get onto these bars, and I could not. So I didn't join them for the games, and this was sad. But I would play them in the morning when we sat before we went into school. Everyone did the like that one. And that was a big trend, and we all just sat on the blacktop before school and did that.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that because I would try to learn and I just could never pick it up. But it was all kind of new to me because I don't think I did that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, we did do some of that when I was in India, but I don't know, I think they were slightly behind with the trends or whatever.
That makes sense. I mean, elementary schoolers were probably last to the trends, so.
Got it. Yeah. Wow. How do you think our friendship has evolved?
It's become a lot deeper. It was it's always been a great friendship. I've always enjoyed it, but it's become a lot deeper, and I think we've both helped each other grow a lot, which is good. Mm-hmm. Obviously, in 6th grade, I didn't tell my friends very much. I was depressed in 6th grade. And you were struggling too with other things. And then I think in 8th grade I started talking to people because I became friends with I'm just gonna say the real names. I don't know. This girl named Angel and Ariana. I became friends with them in 8th grade, and I saw like different aspects of friendship and how you can talk about things. I also
what do you mean by like different aspects?
Like, I don't know how close people get. Although they were like probably too close, which is probably why I got too close to some of our friends. But like I saw the different things that you could talk about and talk about your feelings and like talk about stuff that has a deeper impact.
They did that in middle school, like
in 8th grade.
Oh.
And I kind of wanted a friendship like theirs because they had like a really cool friendship, but they also lost their friendship, kind of like how I've lost friendships where I've tried to have friendships that are that close. I don't like cliques, guys. Cliques suck. I can go into why, or I can just say that and move on.
I mean,
what else were we talking about?
Just like how our friendship has evolved.
Oh yeah, like it's gotten deeper, and we've like grown together, and we've talked about more interesting things, I think.
Yeah. I mean, did you think we were talking about like any of like the deep stuff during like 8th grade?
We didn't really talk that much during 8th grade because you were on a different team than me. I remember being so sad about it.
Honestly, I don't remember too much of 8th grade. But that was like one of your favorite years, wasn't it?
I did really like 8th grade. I became friends with Destiny, who we've had on the podcast that year. And a few other people who were fake friends to me, and it was kind of sad. But became friends with Destiny that year, and like she's so chill, and she like genuinely like wanted to hang out with me, so it was really nice. And I just like had a good time. I made male friends. I made friends with Angel and Ariana that year, as I mentioned. And it was just like it felt like I was in a good friendship place. Also, like it was really fun because that was the year that like we had like an 8th grade party, and like everyone hung out together. It wasn't like popular people, unpopular people, and like cliques and stuff. It was like some of the most popular people were like being nice to me and my friends, and we were all like hanging out together, which is really cool. I just like the symbolicness of that, and I like it when everyone likes each other and is nice to each other, and like everyone is friends. Why do you need to have? I went into the cliques rant, even though I was telling you I wouldn't. Like, why do people need to like separate themselves from others? Like, I get there's a difference of opinions, but we also have a lot of things in common that we can agree on, and like it's. Like inclusivity is so good. Like when you have cliques, people are left out automatically. And like I think I talked about this with Joanne, not on the podcast, but we had like a time in like high school where one of our friends wanted to do things in like smaller groups, and like we were doing like 2 groups for the same movie at 2 different theaters, and I was like, why can't we all just hang out? We all like are friends. I don't get it. But yeah, sorry, rant over.
No, I understand to some degree, but I also think like the cliques in some ways are helpful just because you don't want to be surrounded by people that you don't vibe with either. Like not everyone can get along because we all have different interests. And like if you're surrounded by people who like doing drugs, and you don't want to do drugs, there could be could be some clash in there. So I think the cliques can help, especially if you like want to be in a group with like a like-minded mindset. If you all want to grow together, that would be more helpful than being surrounded by people who don't want to grow and want to stay in the same pattern over and over again,
I mean, I get that, but like I also think that everyone has something to offer to a friendship.
That's true. I mean, it's hard to figure that out before like you establish a good friendship too.
I get that.
I mean, I used to think the same way you did. I was like, I want everyone to be friends. Why can't we all be like, nice to each other? But I also feel like the more people you let into your life, the harder it is to maintain like a really good, deep friendship.
Yeah.
And I have a very small social circle because of that. Because I used to like want to be friends with everyone and I couldn't maintain it. So I had to like cut off a lot of people, or just not cut them off, but just like I stopped talking to them. I was like, I don't have enough mental energy to like keep this going and to make sure we have a good quality friendship,
I put a lot of pressure on myself.
Yeah, you definitely do. I know like in our parties and stuff like that, you would definitely try to
keep everyone happy. And I wanted like I want everyone to love me, So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I used to be like that too. Like it's a hard thing to get over because like you don't want to hate it, like anyone to hate you.
Yeah.
You want everyone to be happy. And
Yeah.
it's like it's such a hard thing to like get over.
I
But
think I've gotten better at it, but I'm still
Mhm.
not great at it. I
Mhm.
think a lot of the stuff that happened this year actually got me better at it because I was like worried that I've like been such a burden in other people's lives that like it's hard to worry about like the more minute things anymore. When I was like worried, I was like causing trauma, and someone was like, obviously I'm not that bad, like that I'm causing like real bad trauma. Just like this person, like we had an argument, and I was worried that like the argument, because mental health would be like something that they would carry forward in their life, not like big, yeah. Um, so it's a lot easier to not worry about smaller things when like there's been bigger things,
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's like what's carried me through too, like just seeing like the bigger picture and not because like you can get really caught up in the details and like
Yeah.
drive yourself insane over
Yeah.
those. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, when you make a new friend, do you like is there anything that you like absolutely need to make sure that friendship works, or you just kind of go in with like an open mind?
I am very different from a lot of people in the way that kind of like how you described it as annoying. I have learned, and I learned this in 8th grade. When I make friends, I think we've talked about this in the podcast actually. I do 100% my best to be myself at the very beginning. A lot of people I know start off like really nice and then become themselves. But I think that
Just kidding.
I was describing someone else, but I think that's unrealistic, and I also think like down the road that's gonna lead to like conflict or like you guys don't get along. Because like I want someone to like me as a friend because of who I am, not because of who I pretended to be.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
How about you?
Honestly, I think we did kind of talk about this in the chameleon episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, that's basically I'm basically repeating myself, but like, yeah, basically, I just didn't really know who I was, and so like I would make friends to figure out like what vibe with me and what didn't,
Gotcha.
and like to figure out like what I liked and what I disliked and what I needed from a friendship. So I didn't know like what was my like authentic self. And at least I think that like happens like with more experience. At least like yeah, in college I feel like that's kind of what it's all about. Like where's your soul drive? Like who do you actually like who are you actually? Like how do you want to express yourself?
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think now that like I like know like what I like, what I dislike, and know who I am pretty much. I'm still learning obviously, but like I think with that in mind, I definitely am more pickier about my friends, more so than I was.
I'm definitely more
before.
picky too. For sure.
Yeah, I try. Yeah, there's definitely things I look for, like within like a person that I like want to stay close to. Like I want them to like be honest and not be like I don't know, focus on things that don't necessarily like I don't know. I feel like things I think about my mental health a lot, which might sound a little like narcissistic and selfish, but like in the long run, I think it's I think it's a good thing.
I like made a friend relatively recently that like wasn't great for my mental health. So like I'm still friendly with them, but like I don't like hang out with them consistently. And yeah, I'd say like the most important things for me actually in any relationship is just communication, which I think I've definitely talked about a lot because I'm always like communication, but communication, honesty, like you said, and like actually being caring. Like I struggle a lot with knowing because my anxiety, like when people, I'm always like the person who cares a lot. So I like struggle a little bit with like knowing whether or not the other person cares, which obviously is why communication is important so that I know things. But like if they don't like respect me or care about me, like I don't want to be their friend.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I obviously will help people if, like, you need help. I will help you. I will not not help you.
Yeah, for sure.
But like whether you stay in my life long term or not, I don't know. Yeah.
I usually like I'll put in effort for people who put in effort for me. So like if I text someone and they text back, or even they, they should text first occasionally too. I don't want to be the person. Then I will continue to put in effort. But if like I text someone like and they text back, or like, and I'm always the first person to text, I'm like, I'll stop texting, and then the friendship will end.
Yeah.
So
texting is hard because like there's so many like different things to think about, and like no, I totally get that. Like putting more effort into like texting and then them not responding the same way.
The same thing like applies with like inviting people over to my house, or like wanting to hang out, or
you host a lot, and I always feel bad because my house is like never in the right space to do anything. But like you definitely like you put yourself in that position to like bring everyone together, which thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Hosting was good for me in like high school. I'll finish my thought and then I'll go back to it. Sorry. I'm all over the place. Hosting was good for me in high school because I made a lot of my like friends better, like friendships stronger by hosting. Because like those people like I saw occasionally at school, and then I invited them to a party, and they're like, "Oh, we're friends." Didn't know that, and then we just become friends. A lot of our friends have told me that. They were like, "Why did you invite me the first year? You're so weird." I'm like, "Yeah, but then now we're friends, so ta-da."
Yeah.
But I can't do that in college, which
you can't. Why not?
How am I gonna host a party?
Oh well, I mean not now. I mean I thought you were talking about in general. But
like I can't even like, even if COVID wasn't happening, I can't really host a party in college because I have my pod mates and stuff, so I have to worry about it,
Yeah, I guess you could do like if you were in like a sorority, you could probably make it work better. But
I don't want to be in a sorority. I mean, it'd be a lot easier to make friends, but like scary as hell.
Wait, why?
Sororities are scary. People are fake. And like you got like drama and like, I mean, not everyone in a sorority is fake. I'm sorry if people are listening to this. Sorority stereotypes are scary, and a lot of the sororities at Butler have stereotypes. And also, like, even the ones that aren't stereotypical, like rushing, like, made a lot of my friends have like panic attacks.
Really?
And like, it's a lot harder to make friends than like people say it is. Like Alexa, I mean, she's made a few friends, but she still like struggles with it.
Yeah.
And people are always nice to her, so.
Yeah, no, I definitely relate. Making friends in college is hard.
It is.
It's so hard. They say like it's gonna be difficult, and they tell you it's gonna be difficult, and they try to support you.
They didn't tell me.
Really?
No. I was pissed freshman year. Me and Joanne complained about it because like I feel like coming into college, like they're like, school is gonna be hard, and all this is jobs are gonna be hard, but you're gonna make your best friends for life. And true. I did not. I mean, I made some good friends, but like freshman year, it was really hard. And I mean, Alexa was a really, really good friend, and I probably will continue to be a friend for a very, very long time. But like, that's all I had freshman year. So I was like, where are all the great friendships? So yeah. I was pissed off about the world. I was like, we're making my best friends for life. Like, I have Shivani. She was in high school. Shut up. I was so angry.
Yeah. I mean, our friendship has been a long one. Like, we've been friends for what now, 8 years? 8 years now? And,
maybe 9.
Has it been 9? 2012.
6th grade through
2021.
So 7 years would be 6th grade through senior year of high school. Freshman year of college would be 8.
It is 9. Yeah, it is 9.
Sorry. We do not need to spend 30 seconds on that. Sorry, guys.
I mean, yeah, we've been friends for 9 years, and I still feel like I'm learning new things about you all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's also because, like, we change as we grow,
That's true. And it's like, yeah, it took us 9 years to get this close, and I definitely, like,
well, I guess it took us 9 years to get this close, but, like, we've been close for a while. We've just gotten different levels of closeness.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I got mad at our friend a few years ago because she was like, I don't feel like we were best friends until this year. And I was like, wow. So I kind of just got a little nervous, Shivani. Sorry.
Yeah. And I've always like thought about that. Like, what makes a friend a best friend? Like, when do you cross that line? I'm like, I don't know. I guess you're just like the person that you spend the most time with, I guess, is your best friend. Yeah. Like, other than family, obviously. But like, I mean, friendships are hard, and it takes a lot of commitment. And I mean, obviously, it's all worth it. Like, Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'd be without you.
Love you.
I love you.
Cute.
We're basically out of time, but this was this was cute. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, feedback, or want to leave us a question, comment, or feedback,
Wow, good job.
in a Google form, there is one on our Instagram at Far From Normal Podcast. We have an email, farfromnormalpodcast2020@gmail.com. I said it wrong in the last one. Don't forget the 2020. All the links will be in our description on YouTube. Thank you for watching. And
like and subscribe, guys.
And hit the notification bell.
Ooh, fancy.
Look at that. We'll see you in our next episode.
We love you guys. Thank you for listening or watching.
Bye. Bye.